friend asked me to take this antler from a deer and use it as a handle to make him a Bowie knife. This is the rough drawing. I've sketched it out a little bit just to give us a rough idea. Not going to do that. We're probably just going to put a pin here in the middle. We'll see how the antler works out. But we're going to put the pattern on this still and start making a knife. So I hurried and drilled out the antler. Didn't record much. Just trying to get rid of the smell. Didn't want to worry about it. Make sure you have some kind of mask or something to cover your face when dealing with antler. It's some nasty stuff. But we got it all cut out. Now we'll start working on the guard and the spacers. So we got it fit up. Not quite perfect, but we'll mess with that here in a minute. We're gonna start getting this fit up better. So if I can do it with one hand, I've gone and drawn around where it needs to be. So we'll get that piece cut to shape and then we'll see. So I was working on the handle and right there, full focus, I broke off part of the antler. So we gotta start over again because I was pounding on it too hard to get the blade to fit in there. So antler, especially that piece right there, probably not the best thing to bang on. But we'll start drilling the hole in this one and hopefully it will work out. So we got it fit up pretty close. I left a little bit of extra on there. We're going to put some small pins just so it lines up and doesn't move. But I just needed a rough look of what it was. And that's hard to see. So I put some blue Dykem on here, took the ruler to get a straight line, and then scribe that in there. Now we're going to file down to that line. And when you look at it like this, you can see it's not quite flat. But we're going to file it down to that line, get it as flat as we can. Wish I had a file guide. Maybe we'll make one. But that's how we're going to get this to fit right.
The guard fits up all right. I ended up redoing it. And I also did the bevels. But I can't find those videos. So here we go. We're just going to keep going. We put some pins in to keep things lined up. Now we're going to grind it down. We'll see where to go from there.
So we've sanded it down. I need to harden it, but we're at 220 grit, I think is what I got to. Maybe it was 500. I'm trying to decide if I need to do something else right here. Maybe that's all right. So I've decided not to go with the spacers. So we've got that all smoothed out where we want it. Now we're just sanding it. Make sure that, here, let's get closer. So that these grooves right there, blend all that in, get it all nice and smooth. But then we're going to mark it, and we're going to put a little detail in the brass. So we've etched in the pattern for our guard. Now I'm going to go grind it out. I'll show you when we're done.
When designing it, I used the radius of my grinder. That way I could get these little curves the same. Worked out good. Now that we have all the spacers and guards and everything in, we'll drill a hole, put our pin in. Next time, I don't know if I'll do a pin. I'll probably do a full hidden pinning. Just makes lining things up a lot harder. Just turned on the forge. Now we're going to give it a heat cycle or two before we heat treat. There's a small warp, so we're clamping it down between some metal to get it to straighten. Now we're going to test for hardness. You can hear that high pitch as it screeches across. We have a hard blade. Now to temper. I tempered for 2 hours at 450 before we did this. Do not, well, you can, I guess. I wouldn't hit your hard blade until it's been tempered. There's a good chance it will snap. We're etching in my logo. I'll put a link to another video that goes into more detail about etching metal, but it's a pretty simple process.
So the battery died, this camera, as we were set to go. So we'll see how much we get recorded of this. But even though most of this is going to be hidden inside there, I always add a drop of black. So pushed it in and it all came out the pinhole. But wanted to give you a little update. Probably gonna need both hands. I'll show you when I'm done.